Okay, we got the spreader back there again. I'm gonna go get my last load of nitrogen fertilizer, and I'm picking up my I have my respray mix ready for me, so I'm gonna pick all that up at the same time, and then we should be good to go on all those fronts. We did have a small pop-up thunder shower early this morning. It didn't really amount to much. I forgot to check in the gauge. It might have got a tenth out of it. The vast majority of it went south, which, to tell you the truth, I'm not that worried about, because the only thing I had covering my roof last night was a tarp. They didn't have any shingles on. All they had was the underlayment and the ice or the ice barrier and all that stuff. They didn't have any shingles on it, so didn't really need any rain on that. Plus, it sounded like they got a lot of hail out of it, so didn't need none of that neither. But anyway, go get this load of fertilizer and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Well, I gave her the good old college try. I made it about halfway to the field, and it's raining south, or well, it's spitting rain south of the highway, and if you stand here long enough, it's starting to thunder. I didn't think it was supposed to rain again this afternoon. It's been nice all day, other than that freak shower that came through about 7:30 this morning, that lasted like 20 minutes, and then it's been sunny the rest of the day, sunny and muggy. But apparently now we got chances of severe thunderstorms for the next hour and a half. So, which, if that spreader had a tarp on it, I'd just send it and spread in the rain, because what better way to make sure you're not losing any nitrogen than to have it going on with the water. But it doesn't have a tarp, and I don't want to end up with a 6,000 pound brick. So, because I've had that happen before. Luckily it was only with the planter, the old 540, and I only ended up with two 400 pound bricks, but still, it's not fun. So we'll go try again tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be a decent day, so of course today was supposed to be a decent day. So, oh, I don't know if you heard it, there was one right there. Thunder boom, thunderclap, whatever you want to call it. I'm telling you, I'm getting really worried, because now the forecast is showing, as far out as the forecast goes, the 15, I think I was looking at the 15 day, it shows chances of pop-up showers damn near every day. And we need to be thinking about cutting wheat here in about another week and a half. There are still some green spots in it, so it's not completely dry like I thought it was. So it is gonna have to wait till after the 4th to run, but still it's gotta, you know, get dry and stay dry, and because I don't want to be cutting 17% wheat again and then having to make phone call after phone call trying to figure out where I can get rid of it. So, but I might want to be making a phone call to see if I can line up a dryer, just in case it does come to that, so that I can run it through a dryer as I'm cutting it, and then it can go from the dryer back into a truck into the elevator, and I don't got to worry about it. That would be ideal. Actually, the most ideal thing would be to find an old recirculating PTO field dryer, because the hardest thing about drying wheat is if you let it sit static for too long in the heat, you'll cook the inside and the outside will still be too wet. But I gotta believe with one of those old recirculating PTO dryers that's constantly moving the grain the entire time it's running it, I gotta believe it'd be easier and faster to dry the wheat down more evenly and not risk burning it, because if you burn it, well, then there goes your test weight and grain quality, and you get docked for burning your wheat. So, but, and Oliver did make, I'd have to look back on my phone because I saved pictures of the brochure. I can't remember the model. It seems like it was a 206 maybe. Oliver did make a PTO field dryer. And they were actually made by Oliver. If I remember right, they were made in Shelbyville. I think they were made in Shelbyville where the hay equipment was made. Don't quote me on that because it's been a couple years since I found it and looked into it. But man, if I could find one of those, that'd be cool as hell. And there were a few made. I talked to a guy that had an Oliver dealer that sold at least one in Ohio. And unfortunately, it doesn't exist anymore. Well, part of it exists. I guess after they quit using it, they cut it up and used the paneling and stuff to make... I can't remember if it was a hog fence or a cattle fence. And for the longest time, one of the sections of their cattle fence, or one of the sections of their livestock enclosure, whatever the case may be, or whatever it was, had the panel on it with the Oliver decal and the model number of the dryer. But, so if anybody ever runs across an Oliver grain dryer sitting in a barn somewhere completely forgotten, let me know and I'll pay you a finder's fee because I want one in the worst way. Don't know what I'd do with it. I think it would be handy for drying wheat. That's probably the only thing I would use it for because that's the only thing it'd be practical for this day and age. But I want one. And if I remember right, there was two models. I think there was a big one and a small one. I think. But if anybody finds one, let me know. I want one. So anyhow, I'm going to button the barn up here, and I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the afternoon because my whole afternoon was planned around spreading that load out. Now I'm not going to risk it, so I will find something to do, I guess. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow, and hopefully we can get this spread out and it'll work out better for you guys because I'll be able to make better video. Because today, if I was going to spread it, it was going to be kind of rushed because I was going to try to race the rain, but now we're not worried about it. So anyway, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Well, check out what a little difference that soil type makes. You got this all over here that just came up a week or so ago, whenever it was we started getting rain. And then you got that, which there's still spots that just came up over here, but obviously this is way further along than that, and it was all planted the same day. What a difference a little change in soil type makes. This has got more sand in it than that. That's all heavy clay, that's all sand. This lane here is like the dividing line. So anyhow, we got to get spreading, so pitter patter.
Just getting up early, pulling double shifts. Gonna make an old man of me long before I ever get rich. But I'm trying. It's been 2 years since we finalized. I still ain't used to putting X in front of wife. But I'm trying. Send more money right away. It's pretty much all she has to say when she calls these days. And don't you be late. But all I can do is all I can do, and I keep on trying. And all I can be is all I can be, and I keep on trying. There's always a mountain in front of me. Seems I'm always daddy saying keep your eye on the ball. Run like hell, play to win, get up when you fall. I'm trying. Don't say nothing that you can't take back. Never do anything you might regret. No, don't do that. Daddy, I'm trying. Know the difference between heaven and hell. Go easy on the bottle, be hard on yourself. And I know he meant well, but all I can do is all I can do, and I keep on trying. And all I can be is all I can be, and I keep on trying. But there's always a mountain in front of me. Seems I'm always climbing and falling and climbing, but I keep on trying. I keep on trying. But all I can do is all I can do, and I keep on trying. And all I can be, well, that's all I can be, and I keep on trying. All I can do is all I can do, but I keep on trying. But there's always a mountain in front of me. Seems I'm always climbing, then stumbling, and then falling, and then climbing. But I keep on trying. It's getting up early, pulling double shifts. Gonna make an old man of me long before I ever get rich. But I'm trying.
I tell you, the only thing that I'm gonna miss next year, when hopefully I'm putting on 28 instead of spreading urea, I'd really like to get that applicator put together this winter. The only reason I didn't push harder to get it done this spring is because the way everything turned out crop wise, I was trying to not spend exuberant amounts of money on things that I didn't necessarily need at the time. So I kind of just put that on the back burner because I can spread urea and don't have to buy any equipment for it. But the only thing that I'm gonna miss about this next year is speed, because you're not gonna come out here and put 28 on 40 acres in an hour like you can with urea. But with 28, it doesn't really matter if you're not going to have rain for a week and a half, because it's in the ground. It's going to naturally, it's in a solution already. It's going to naturally just go down in the soil, and it's not going to move as fast without rain, but you don't got to worry about volatilization like you do just spreading urea over the top. Because, for instance, especially if it's going to be humid like it has been, now that I got the spread over the top, if it's going to be hot and humid and not rain for a week, you could lose 40-45% of that nitrogen that you spread through volatilization before it even makes it into the ground. Because dry heat will it's a tongue twister, will volatilize it, but hot and humid puts it into overdrive, and it just starts disappearing. So, but luckily we got rain coming this weekend. Actually we got rain coming tonight. I got rained on a little bit when I first started. There was like a 5-minute shower, but it didn't really rain that hard. I actually don't know if you guys could have saw it or not. It was when I had the camera sitting on the truck hood over there. But I wish this field was as far along as that field, but that field also has spots in it that aren't any better than this field, so 'tis the year we're dealing with. But, and then while I was out spreading, a tree fell down over there. It wasn't there when I made my outside round, and I was working on the back side of the waterway, and I was coming forward, and it wasn't there when I made the turn and headed back, and then I came back and was heading this way, and it was there, so it fell like right now. So now I got a big tree there I got to clean up, but I got to get to 1600 and the grapple out to take care of that one down on the muck anyhow, so we'll take care of this one while we're at it. This one's laying flat on the ground, so I said just have to saw it off far enough back to get a hold of it with a grapple and throw the whole thing out of the way and be done with it. That one on the muck we're gonna have to kind of gingerly deconstruct because it's still part way in the air. But anyhow, I don't really think there's anything else I need to talk about. I took Monday and Tuesday off for 4th of July, so this weekend I got to get that spreader cleaned up and taken back where it belongs. I got to get the 7300 over to Mom and Dad's. It doesn't really need anything other than a good going over and switching it over to wheat, that I recall. I got to get the muck resprayed this weekend, which will probably be Monday, depending on how much rain we get. If we get an exuberant amount of rain, it might be kind of hard to get over it. I actually need to see about, I need to text my chemical guy. I guess he can't really, I'd have to walk up in the front of here, and then back in there there's some grass coming through already. So I don't know if that would qualify for a respray with the Halex or not. I think it would, but I gotta ask, because if not, if it does, then I'm gonna have to respray this too, because I want to, it's a bunch of this crap, so get it while it's small. And then I want to get them trees taken care of this weekend. I got the 4th of July parade going on this weekend. We got fireworks going on this weekend. It's gonna be a busy 4 days. If I can get half the shit done that I want to, I think I'll be doing good. But if I can get everything done, we'll be doing great. So anyhow, I gotta go home and meet the roof guy, because we're gonna do a walk around of the house now that it's done. So that being said, that's it for this one. We'll catch you guys on the next one.